What's up guys, and welcome to my noob's guide to 150 Invocation Tombs of Amascut. Super excited to get this one out because it's been requested and it's going to help a lot of people. I know I wish I had a more basic guide when I was learning this, so this is what this is going to be aimed at. I'm going to go for a budget setup and I'm going to go for a basic 150 that anyone can manage as long as they are not scared of giving it a go. So we're going to start with the plugins I like to use, and we like NPC indicators immediately for all bosses, and we want at least highlight tile and highlight true tile clicked on. After that we want tile packs, and when tile packs is on, it pops up on your hotbar like this. We want the TOA puzzles on. Don't worry too much about it because the next plugin, which is called Tombs of Amascut ideally, and it's there, actually highlights everything we need highlighted in there, and it also solves all the puzzles for you in the puzzle rooms. Mega plugin, definitely get it. So NPC indicators, Tombs of Amascut, and if you're feeling a bit fruity, tile packs as well. So in terms of what we're taking in then, we're going to go with Void because we're sticking with the cheap and easy theme. If you don't want to take a whip, you can take a D-skim. And if you don't want to get expensive necklace swaps, you can just take a glory. But what we're going with is Void. So you've got the Void helm switches. I like an occult because it's unbelievable, and the Trident of the Seas because it's mega cheap. You could obviously take the Trident of the Swamp. So I don't want any comments down below saying, oh, why don't you take this? I'm going with as cheap as I can. So whip, because I literally didn't own a D-skim, and most people can afford a whip, but D-skim's the same, so take a D-skim if you want, and a rune crossbow. No offhand switch, I'm just going to take my defender, and I am going with ruby bolts for the specs, and I've got diamond bolts here to swap into when they stop doing as much damage. I like to take a lot of prayer pots because my yellow Keris heals me. It's by no means necessary, as you'll see in this run. I don't use a lot of food at all, and I just use my food. I try not to use my Keris so that I can show you it's nice and easy. But 8 brews will be more than enough for your first run unless you start messing up, in which case you're learning, so go easy on yourself. My rune pouch with everything I need for my ancient spells in it because I like freezes, and a DDS because we need that to do damage to the first phase of Wardens. So invocations then, this is the big one. So if I make party, go on invocations, click on my preset of 150 and load. This is what I use for invocations. I've got softcore run on because it gives you basically 3 lives, hardcore is 1 life, so we've gone softcore. I'm not going to go through all these because it'll take forever and the guide's going to be quite long anyway. So we'll go with Deadly Prayers, On a Diet, Lively Larvae, Blowing Mud, Aerial Assault, Not Just a Head, Feeling Special, Gotta Have Faith, Shaking Things Up, Acceleration and Overclocked on. That's what I like on. You can change them up a little bit, but if you're going to be following this guide, I do suggest you have these on. And then after this guide, if you want to think about progression into learning new stuff, put Overclock 2 on and Insanity on. Learn it early and it's going to really help you when you start learning the higher invocations. So this, next thing you want to learn, Overclock 2 and Insanity. But for now, stick with this while we go through this guide and we'll see how the run goes. Okay, so when you're ready, in we go. Now, I like to start on the top left corner at Zebak, the crocodile, and just work my way around anti-clockwise. So go into Zebak, and when you're in here, you can see the TOA plugin and the tile packs plugin is doing its job. So we go in, drop something that I can make room for the water container, pick it up, and the second I've picked it up, run across, and I can click fill on the waterfall, and I'll immediately dodge everything. Once it's filled, I can click back as soon as there's nothing in the way, and I will dodge everything as long as you get to the end here without taking any damage. You'll put 100, which is half of it when you're a solo, which is lovely. Now this obviously means you only have to do it twice, but these crocodiles, if they manage to do any damage to the tree, are going to take, as you can see, it's got like a health bar at the top. If they do any damage, you're going to have to do at least 3 runs, so it's going to be annoying. So we freeze them, that's why I brought the ancients, and kill them before they do any damage to that tree. Go up here, fill again because the other waterfall that we went to the first time is empty. Dodge all the stuff on the way back. We didn't take any damage bonus, so that's going to be done immediately. Right, let's go over that one more time, just a little bit slower. I don't want to go into pathing too much, but basically, when you're running on this game, you're skipping every second tile. So as you can see, I'm only being registered on the tile between the tongues, so it gives you one less thing to worry about. Just try not to run over the poison on the floor. Okay, so when you're ready, pick up your brew or whatever you dropped, put your range gear on, make sure you got your ruby bolts on, and quick entry into the room. This is where if you brought one, you can bring a ranging pot. If you didn't, it's not a big deal. Click in, put your best range offensive prayer on, and click the boss. Pray range if he throws a rock at you, and pray mage if he throws what looks like a cake at you. It's red, but it's super easy. Make sure your overheads are right. There's the red mage attack, so pray mage for that, and make sure you swap in between them. There's his first special, which is a blood spawn. What I'm going to do, because there's two at once, I'm going to show you how and why failing's not a big deal. So what we'd usually do is push these boulders into those stones, and they'll break if they reach. That hasn't, but if they did reach, they'd break, clear a space, and we could sit behind it. But seeing as I died nice and early like that, I've got all of my supplies left, and the softcore run means I've got 2 lives left. So I've not used any supplies really, not a big deal. So we'll go straight back in, make sure we've got range gear on, ruby bolts, because we haven't swapped them out yet, and eagle eye, and ranging pot, and we'll go again. So I'll drink a potion, there's a ruby bolt coming in clutch, and here's the special. So we push the boulders. As we've seen, if they're far away like this, you're going to have to push them twice. So push it once, make sure you're praying right, get ready to push it again, and when it hits that rock on the ground, it'll explode, clear some space, and this is now a safe spot. You've got 3 spaces, 3 squares behind those rocks where you won't take any damage. So get there, get comfy, start whacking him. Do be wary though if the boulders that you had behind are far away. Don't get dragged out with auto retaliate, or if your weapons range isn't long enough. Cool, here's the waves special then. So to talk over this, I'm going to let them push me off this time, because 2 specials will come out again. I want to show you that it's not serious if you do fall off. But the reason they're all blue and flashy is because I've got the NPC indicators on. I've holded shift, right click those waves, tag all, and this is how it looks. And you can see there's a square in front of them. That's the true tile. And that's going to be useful shortly, and I'll show you why. But if you do get knocked off like that, drink some brews, pray correctly, click on the ramp, and you're back in the game. Not a big deal at all. Now, special again, so push a boulder into a rock. You can push them diagonally, and I'll show you how. Don't sit on the poison for any longer than you need to. And get behind the rock. See, here I would probably get dragged out, so I'm going to turn up, make sure it retaliates off, and I'm not going to attack him. So if I got dragged out there, it's 150 in immediate damage and you're dead, so don't get dragged out. Cool, here's another wave special then. I know it's waves because the boulders have come out without any rocks to push them into. And I'm going to show you how to wave skip. Don't worry about it. If you're not feeling fruity, just stand between them like you do in the Dragon Slayer 2 quest, and you'll be absolutely fine. But if you want to wave skip, when that true tile gets to you, you can click, as it gets to you, click 1 square away from it, and then click back across it, and you'll run across, just like this. But yeah, don't worry about it too much. It's not something you need. As you can see, you can just walk through them. Stay away from the blood spawns and keep shooting the boss. Super easy. As you can see, he starts to go faster with his last 20-30% health. So just be making sure that you're ready to swap prayers when needs be. But it's not too fast. Stay away from the blood spawns. Make sure you keep doing damage to the boss. And that is your first Zebak done. Well done, that's your first room. Told you it was easy. Let's move on. When we're out then, we're going anti-clockwise. So going into the Path of Hecht, which is the Akkha room. This puzzle's a little bit, in my opinion, annoying, but it's not difficult. So make sure you've brought your pickaxe and go through the door. As you can see, when we go through the door, we're going to need mirrors to deflect a beam out of one little man to go all the way around the room and hit another little man, and then we can start attacking the statue thing in the middle. The tiles that are half red and half transparent are the ones where we need to be placing mirrors. And if one of the walls is outlined like that, we need to destroy that wall. So looks like we need 3 mirrors. So there's one. Rotate it the way it's going to need to be to hit the little Egyptian man that's sat down. There's another one. Rotate it so it's going to hit that mirror. And then we need one more mirror, so we'll go pick up that mirror. And then we're going to put it on the other tile that's also half red, diagonally split. So out of the way of the beams, because the beams will do damage. So I like to put it one tile away, make sure it's rotated the proper way, stand out of the way and push it, and then go across. Stand by the pillar, and when it goes green, start spam clicking and you can do damage. If you're perfectly on tick, you'll get it in 2 downs, or if you're lucky, you'll get it in 2 downs. If you've got really high mining, you'll also definitely get it in 2 downs. I usually get it in 3 because I am in fact a noob. As you can see, I've just missed out on half health, which means I'm going to have to do it in 3. And then that will be that puzzle room for Akkha done. Remember to put your pickaxe back and run to the west to get into the main boss room. You want your mage gear on for this, I've already got it on. And this room, you will take damage, it's quite tricky. It's not hard, there's just a lot going on for a beginner. So I'll try and go through this as slow as I can. But just stay with me and try and be patient, because it's one of the rooms that you're just going to take damage. You can do damage through prayer and everything. So pray melee immediately and go in. Start hitting him with mage, and while he's on his melee phase, you can run away from him and take less damage. These tiles that I'm clicking on now are the tiles in the tile pack for doing what's called the Akkha butterfly, that looks like this, where you take less damage. But I'm rubbish at it, so I'm not going to bother. As you can see, he's got 2 prayers above his head. Obviously you can't hit him with them, so you want to be using whatever he's not got above his head. He'll also rotate his attack styles, and when he does, they'll always go to the left. So because I'm on melee, next thing he's going to attack me with is range when he swaps, and I'll show you what that looks like in a sec. Should be any second. We're basically running around to try and take no damage, or less damage, until the statues pop up. There's going to be 4 of them, you'll see in a second. When the statues pop up, you have to get rid of one of them and then keep him in that corner. There we go, we swapped attack styles. So as you can see, prayer swap to the left, and my attack style will have to swap as well. These are the statues that pop up. But before that, he's got the Simon Says special, so pay attention. It goes purple, yellow, white, yellow. So Simon Says, pretty self-explanatory. That can be tricky because it's quite fast. Basically, when you hear the animation, click to where you need to go next. But you need to be paying attention, because when he disappears, the colours are going to start flashing, and you need to remember the order. So I'll have a look again in a sec, because he'll do it more than once every fight. But before we look at that, you kill one of these statues in a corner, and he's now vulnerable. I need to use range because he's not praying it. He's swapped again, so I need to swap prayers like that, and I'll put mage on, and I can now damage him because he hasn't got a, we'll call them guardians, in this corner. So he's going to be vulnerable, and I can do damage with whatever he's not praying against. He's swapped overheads, and here's the special. So red, purple, red, white. So bang click, bang click, bang click, just like that. I can still do damage to him here because the statues, the guardians, are white. When they change to the normal colour that he started as, I'm going to have to get rid of another one, keep him in that corner. You don't need to do much to lure him, he'll just follow you. So I like to melee the statues because of that. See, they've gone dark. I like to melee them because it's my best DPS, and he'll follow me into that quadrant then. And while he's in that quadrant, after I've killed this guardian, I can do damage to him. He shoots a red dart, that's mage. And when you look at his overhead prayers, whichever prayer's on top, so mage is clearly on top of the melee, which is the sword. So you want to be praying mage. Just a little point for you, but mage is a red dart. Range is like a little white dart, and melee swings at you. Here we go, Simon Says again. So when you hear the explosion, click. See how that works? And then straight back into the normal corner where there's no guardian, and do damage to him again. You see him using his little dart, that's his range attack as we spoke about. Now I need to drag him into another corner, get rid of a guardian. Swap my prayers. Here we go, Simon Says again. So red, white, yellow, white. Click as I hear the bang. Easy. The nice thing about this room is one thing happens at once. Not like in Zebak, you can have two or three things happening and it will catch you out. With this, it's one thing at a time, so as long as you know what the mechanics are, you can think about it and you can get it done. Oh, Simon says again. Red, black, yellow, white. Nice easy round the circle. Helps me to say them out loud if that helps you. Give it a try. Nice, right, so he gains a little bit of health back. I like to pray the blue heart because you can easily get stacked out for 60, 70, 80 damage here. But you've got to dodge all these. Don't worry about getting hit with one, they'll only hit you 20 something. So you're better off just doing the damage and chancing it. If you can easily dodge them, by all means, but if you think dodging one like that might walk you into another one like that, don't bother. Just stand in one place, tank one, do some damage. They're only 20 damage. There, it was easy to dodge one, but again, walked into some. I would have been better off just standing in one place. But that's Akkha done. A bit much to think about there, but manageable. That's why we practice. Okay, so now we've done those two rooms, you can see we've got a helpful spirit. So when you click on him to claim, you've got supply bundles. The things that look like a flower are called smelling salts, and they're incredibly effective. They're basically an overload that you get in Chambers of Zebak. They boost all your combat stats massively. The nectars are Sara brews, and the purple things are super restores. So I like the chaos because I need the smelling salts. If you need more restores, life is always better because it gives you more stuff to help you be alive, basically. Smelling salts I take out immediately because I'm going to need them for the next two rooms, which we left till 3rd and 4th because we wanted to have smelling salts. And the rest I can take out until I run out of space. I haven't, so bonus, I just take them all out. And that's basically me completely brimming on supplies, and we can go into the next room, which is going to be Kephri, which is a bug. And because of that, we like to use our Keris Partisan. And when we go in, we have another puzzle. These puzzles are annoying, and there's one on each side. You only have to do one side, hop across, then you can go through the door. But I'll do every puzzle on this run and show you how to do them, because they're not too hard. As you can see with the plugin, it lights up the things you need to stand on. Bosh, done. You can see the other door opened as I crawled through. I could go through that door on my right, but I'm going to solve this puzzle. As you can see, already tells me how to solve the puzzle. Because I stepped on some, it messed up, but not a big deal. All done again. We'll go through this door. I'm going to kill this because it do some chip damage, and when I hit it with my Keris, it heals me as well, so that's nice. We'll go through here to the next puzzle. So, as usual, click on the pillar at the front, and it's going to tell you what to do. Wait till they've all lit up before you step on them, and then go step on them in the order. They've literally got numbers on, very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. The right hand door will open. I'm going to hop across and show you the second to last puzzle after I kill that annoying little fucker. Cool, so these pillars, no way of knowing, but they're in a random order. They will work. If you get it wrong, they're going to drop boulders. So there you can see 1, and it will save that for me, so I know. But I got it wrong, so I'm going to have to move out of the way of the boulders. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then bottom 1, top 1. Easy. Puzzle's complete. Now these, we have to highlight all the floor tiles, and it's basically a game of snap from both sides. If you're in a duo, obviously it's easier. If you're in a solo, it just takes a bit longer, but it's not difficult. Once they've all been lit up, you can see where they are as well. And the plugin remembers for you, so literally makes it a walkthrough. Last one, and then that big red barrier will move out of the way. If I can click on it. Once I click on this side, barrier moves, and we can go through. Melee gear, and your Keris again, like I said. And when we go through, we're going to want to use our smelling salts and put protect from melee on. Excuse me, not protect from melee, ignore me. You can see the shadows on the floor, stay out of the way of them. One of those tiles is marked, I'm going to tell you what it's for. Because in a second he's going to do what's called a dung special. When flies go around you like that, stand on that tile. Move out of the way. And if we do the same thing on the opposite side, which is what I'm going to aim to do, it'll block in a melee bug that's going to come up later and remove that thing as a problem. So we stay around here to where we're going to need to be until the flies buzz around me again. But before that, we're going to have to kill this melee because he will do chip damage to us if we don't. He's actually ranging me, so I should probably pro range. That bomb also did some damage because it hit me. So I'm going to use my Kephri spec while I can. Decent. There you go, just to show you what the Kephri spec does. Basically a super restore in Pokemon. It's absolutely insane. You can kill these healers, but you get more points if you let them heal her up and do all the damage back to her. So, as we said before, stay around this side, dodge the shadows, and wait for the flies to come around me. Make sure your bread don't run out. Here's another special. I killed the big balls. Nice and easy. It's a guaranteed kill. Because if you don't kill them, in fact I might not make this one, I'll show you. Never mind, I made it. If you don't kill them, they spawn a little ranger, and the ranger will do annoying damage to you. But any minute now, the flies should be coming around me. There we go. Cool. So we stand there. It's the same tile, but on the other side. And then move out. Don't get trapped in there. Move outwards. And boom. Now, when the melee spawns in there, he is not going to be able to get out, and he won't be an issue for me. I'm going to miss that one, yeah, cool. Spawns a ranger, and then you're going to chase these around like a bellend, because it's fun. So protect my range, sorry, because now the poo special's coming as well. Try and keep it all in one place, and don't block yourself into little corners, and look as silly as possible, chasing a little bug around the room. Decent, yeah, nailed it. There's nothing out attacking me now, so I can take my protection prayers off. Now, here we go. See, the melee is trapped. Haha, we win. And this guy's a major. If you don't kill him, he'll fuck you up. As he gets more charged up, he gets all that red stuff around him. But I killed him rapid because I'm hard as fuck. So, for argument's sake, let's kill a couple of healers. It's best with the blowpipe. I haven't brought one, so I'm using whatever's fastest. For me, it's my trident. As you can see, it stops her from healing as fast. But I think unless you're great, you may as well have just let her heal up to full. I'm now praying because he's ranging me. There we go, flies. Get into this corner. And then it doesn't restrict me too much. And I am free to keep smacking away. Only time that special actually does anything to you is if you let it trap you. And wherever it knocks you back, because it'll knock you back every time. If you click left, you'll run left. Click right, you'll run right. So just click into the biggest space. Nice and easy. I'm going to kill this guy because he's actually healing her. I didn't realise that I did that. Not a big deal, he just seems to be healing her a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. So, and as you can see, he died pretty rapid, so why not? Couple more ranges, so make sure I'm praying ranging. Just do the damage to the boss. You can see her health bar's gone green now at the top. That's because she's run out of shields, and now it is a DPS race to kill her. She hasn't got a lot of health on solos, as you can see. I've nearly 5 hit her there. I have 5 hit her, banging. I'm an absolute boss. Decent, congratulations, you've done the Kephri room. Next room is going to be Baba, Big Monkey Boy. It's not difficult, but by far the shittest setup room, puzzle room, out of all of them. You got to run around. It's like the Nilos at TRB, if you've ever done that. Loads of little annoying things you have to kill for no flipping reason, and they do loads of annoying damage to you, chip damage. So that little skull above you, I'm going to get through it. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to get through it with you. I have to. That little skull above my head means I've got sight. Obviously, you'll always have sight if you're on a solo. If you're in teams of others, it's worth remembering who's got sight, because you can hear a noise if they didn't see it. Like that noise there means, and the skull shows me what I need to do. I click on the pillars. I've got a hammer and a potion in my inventory that I got from the crates outside. And I fixed the pillar. That's problem solved. But if you're in a duo and you hear that noise and your mate's not doing it, you can be like, mate, what's happened? Because you won't know what's happened, you just know something's happened. And he'll go, oh, shoot, it's pillars. And then you can go click on a pillar. But between the sight showing you what you need to do, you've got to kill all these annoying things. Watch that big black guy, because he is going to explode and kill you. when the vents light up like that, you walk on them and click your green potion, and it will douse the vents, and then they are not an issue. Those green things that's walking around leaving shit on the floor, he's one of the poison monkeys. That's what another reason I bring Freeze is. Freeze him, he's going to stop leaving poison everywhere, or kill him quicker, doesn't matter. There goes the volatile baboons blowing me up again, and there is another thing that I need to click on. It really is the worst room. Watch out for the volatile baboons, because they explode. I've marked the shamans because they're annoying. They spawn little mini ones. As you can see, they end up with absolutely millions of them. So kill the shamans as a priority. If you can freeze them, freeze them. If not, kill them quick. It's a very easy room. It's just rubbish. You can blood barrage them as well. Another reason I bring the ancients. That's pretty cool. Makes this room a little bit less shit. Don't step on that, or you get venomed, which is annoying because you don't bring an anti-venom. And luckily, I've got a yellow keris. Otherwise you have to just out-eat that damage, and it's fucking well annoying. But now you can see there's 2 shamans, and they are spawning millions of them, and it's very annoying. But before we kill them, I have to click on the pillar. Cool. Now I've using barrage and blood barrage and stuff to try and get rid of bunches of them. The blood barrage obviously heals me as well, but I'm going to use my keris spec just because I can. I'm sorry, I know I said I wouldn't, but it heals me to full. It only cost me a little bit of prayer, and it got rid of my venom as well. You could see, I've not used any food, so you could see you could definitely do it as a beginner. Another point with your keris, if you want your yellow gem as your first gem that you get as drop. There's 3 different gems. Yellow one's the best one. The other 2 are so shit I don't know what they do. Yellow gem on the keris gives you a yellow keris of the sun, and literally everything you hit with it in this raid, it heals you. You do lose a bit of prayer, but you're just fucking invincible. It's crazy. Dodge all the volatile baboons, kill the poison ones, kill the shamans, so just remember that. I'm going to do the last few kills with my keris to get my health back. See, I'm full of health. Now I just need to chug a couple super restores. I know I said I wouldn't use my yellow keris too much, but on top of just showing you how good it is, it's not the biggest deal. I haven't used any brews, so you could easily just use your brews instead. But before we go in here, have your ruby bolts on, put prey range on, put prey melee on, use your smelling salts, and go in. You can shoot him on the way up with hopefully a lucky ruby bolt, and then put your melee on and start attacking him with melee. Melee's the best, and always pray against melee. Shadows on the floor, get out of the way of them. No matter what room you're in, shadows bad, dodge shadows. He then chucks rocks, get out of the way of it, but you can sit on this because he's going to throw a rock at you. If that rock hits you and you're not stood next to a rock or one of them sarcophagus that are on the wall, it'll pretty much kill you. Dodge the shadows again, I didn't get out in time, did me 25 damage. I think the closer you are to the middle of those shadows, the more damage you take as well, so get out of the way of him. As he freezes, put your range gear on. If you haven't got it on yet, spam here, get it on. Then click the boulder that looks broken because you can destroy it. Stand in front of it because that's going to make a gap. Click the next boulder and run up. If you're really good, you kill 2, you can get through. If not, stand and wait, do another one and get through. While you're up here, you obviously can't get hit by the boulders, and if you range him, you can just keep ranging him and he's going to, for some reason, not know that you're there. Keep doing the free damage. If I was to melee him, he'd stop doing his boulders, wouldn't be the end of the world, and I'd just have to put up with him attacking me. Again, not a big deal, just means while he's doing this, he's not doing any specials. Straight after this, he's going to do the shadow on the floor. Well, pretty much straight after this, and then you want to run out of the way. There you go. I've cooked myself a bit there, but never mind. That's going to be the first thing he does after he stops his boulders every time. And then he does this one a lot, so move out the way of him, and then stand on him. That really is a lot of damage, so just make sure you're near a rock. Just sacrifice a bit DPS if you have to. Stand near a rock. It's not a big deal. As you can see, there's a rock. And I waited till I saw a shadow and ran away because I'm a professional. Definitely did it on purpose. If you need to, while you run into a rock, you put your range on and shoot him. You might get a lucky ruby bolt. If not, not a big deal. He's going to follow you anyway, and then immediately start meleeing him. Wait for him to look like he's going to freeze like that, and then put your range gear on. That little freeze he does means you can get your range gear on a bit quicker and get on this faster. The faster you're on this, the less likely you are to fuck it. You can see what I'm doing. It's self-explanatory. But kill that. And now I've killed that, I'll give myself a bit more time. Run up. Remember, range him. then you can keep getting all that free damage in. Worst case, just keep shooting them, stand in the gap. But yeah, dodge the shadows, did it better that time. Keep doing damage to the boss. And I think that's probably going to be it now. I just need to DPS him down because he's not got the most defense. Stamp like that. So he swapped to range, get a range attack off. Just in case it dragged me off and I didn't want to die. So that would be embarrassing after I've nearly finished. Those little things spitting out the walls are going to do me a bit of damage, but make sure I'm off them. That's going to hit me. I'm going to eat some food because I'm panicking. You see, you do have to eat some food in some of the rooms. I know it looked easy up until now, but yeah. Akkha can be tricky. I think I'm alright at Akkha. Baba's just fucking annoying. He's always going to do. There's loads of shit. There's monkeys on the room, on the walls that are going to chuck stuff at you. There's shit spitting out the walls. But yeah, pray melee all the time. Never don't pray melee. And do damage to him. Shoot the boulders, run past them. But that's Akkha. That's all of them done. Congratulations, you are now on to Wardens. As you can see, we've done all 4. We get a second helpful spirit. Now you see on the left the white thing, that's an ambrosia. You click on that, that basically does what my Charis does, but without using any prayer. So that's mega good. If you're a beginner, I highly recommend taking these into the final fight. So I would pick life here almost every time. The scarabs also, when you take them out, will passively heal your prayer for a little bit. I'm not sure how long, say 20-30 seconds or something, but I think it's a total of 20 or 30 prayer. It's just nice, it's something to click when you're not doing anything and one less thing to think about. But yeah, if you can, have them out. If you can't, don't worry about them, they're not a big deal. But the ambrosias, definitely have them out. And before we go into the final fight, I like to have my ambrosias out, my switches ready, a line of prayer pots, line of food. You can also swap your left click on your little supply pouch thing with menu entry swapper. You don't need to, but you can swap it to resupply so that if you've half a brew down, click on it, fills your brew up, but not a big deal. I'll show you that at the end of the video. But we go in, enter whenever you want. Until you click on that ghost, it's not going to start, but when you want to start, click on the ghost and start smacking the big obelisk in the middle. I'll immediately go to the east side, or at the left as we're looking at it, and start blocking those orbs, because they charge up a warden on either side. We want to block that one particular, so don't get this wrong, block that one, and that way in the final fight against the warden, he's not going to shoot massive annoying things that are hard to dodge. Now we've done, we're good. The only reason we block one, and in that order, is so that all this don't come down at the same time. Stay out the way of those things that are big and glow, obviously, they look scary, so dodge them. And keep damaging the obelisk. Once you've finished killing the obelisk, you can kill Warden. Don't worry about all these things that are going to keep flying around the room. Like that ball, that's always going to do damage, there's note you can do. That ball, always going to do damage, note you can do. These are for not solos, basically. If you're a solo, it don't matter, so don't worry about it, I'm not even going to teach you. Reds won't do out to you there, but then immediately after yellows you're going to have to move for. I put my range on, get some attacks off, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Swap back to melee, start attacking the obelisk. And like I say, once that obelisk is down, the one on our right, now as we're looking at it, is going to come out. And when he does, we want to pray mage, or in fact we want to put our mage gear on and wait to see what he attacks us with. He'll shoot a red ball for mage, and he'll sort of frisbee a few little grey skulls at you for range. So he's going to attack us with mage, so we pray mage. There's a lot going on here now. See the electricity there in the obelisk? That means he's going to shoot them red skulls, and those electric squares will come out. Stay out of the way of him, pray correctly. I'm not going to try and teach you too many tricks. Get out of the way of shit in here, pray correctly. Pray range against those skulls, the little grey skulls. Pray mage against the big red skulls. Just remember that for me. That's one of his smite attacks. That'll turn your prayer off, and you want to pray range against that one. If it's red, you want to pray melee. If it's purple or pink, whatever you want to call it, you want to pray mage, because it'll turn your prayer off when he does that attack. Now when you fill his health damage bar up, that's going to come out. You do max damage on that every time, and it's amplified onto the boss's HP. As a solo, we're going to have to do this 3 times or 3 downs. That's where I would bring the DDS. We've done loads of damage there. You'll never get half, but you can always get more than a third if you're decent. There's the mage one, so put mage prey on. Cool. Move out the way of the red floor stuff, obvious. Like everything in this game, move out the way shit that looks scary. Keep attacking, make sure you're praying right, don't think too much. I keep having to remind myself not to go into too much detail here. There's other guides out there for tips and tricks and really fancy shit. I'm just teaching you how to get through this. Pray mage. Very basics. There we go, there's the melee one, pray melee. Sorted. So you've seen everything you can see in this room so far, so we'll go over it. That's mage attack, that's his primary mage attack. And he'll do a grey one for a primary range attack. Move out the way, there you go. Move out the way of any shadows and give yourself lots of room, otherwise you get hit like that. And make sure you're praying right when he shoots out fancy swords. Red, pray melee, because he'll knock your prey off. Like that. And when he goes down on his knees, put your best DPS on, start fucking it up. Usually it's your DDS. You can get a couple of specs, go back to your whip or whatever your best melee weapon is, and start whacking him. Now you'll see we'll get him almost 2/3 of the way dead now. And he'll stand back up. And we can use mage again. I didn't say actually, after the first down he comes back up and we have to use range against him. But you can figure that out yourself. You can see above his head what he's praying against. He's not praying against mage, so you can use mage just before. That black ball there, move out of the way of that, it will freeze you. That's the only thing we've not seen. So now you've seen everything. He only does that in the last, after, I think maybe after half his health or on the third phase, but you don't see it a lot. But there it is again, you'll only see it towards the end. You see it freezes you, spam click to get out of it. And now you're out of it, you're good again. Make sure you're praying right. That can stack and get you with some cheeky damage, especially with the floor stuff out at the same time. But yeah, move out of the way like that and you'll never get hurt. Make sure you're praying right. I'm not going to say nice and easy because this room is a lot to think about. This is the first guide where I've ever said I'm not going to say nice and easy, because it gets easier because you start to know what you're looking for. But to simplify it, get out of the way of shadows, pray mage for red. I just want to show you one thing here quickly in slow motion. When he starts firing out those shadows that end in electrical squares, you can stand 1 square away and you'll take no damage, as long as you're not a diagonal square. So you can see I click 1 square away from this and I take absolutely no damage, just if you can't get away. And pray range for grey. And then you can look at the other things, the new things that pop up. But that's most of the fight. Anything else doesn't happen too much and won't completely drain your brews. But if you're not praying right, you're going to get your brews drained pretty quick. See, he's nearly full, so he's going to go down on his knees again. So I'm going to put my melee gear on, my DDS, and spec it. 3 specs I've got here. Make sure you've got piety on, you'll do the maximum damage every time. Piety increases your damage. Put your whip back on when you run out of specs, whip him down. Now this is going to be him dead. He will die, and then we'll go into a fight with the one that we didn't kill for the final phase. There we go, nice and easy. Now we're going to range all the way through this fight pretty much. So put your range gear on, make sure you've got your ruby bolts, they're massive. Top up if you've got the time. And we start on the right hand side, because he'll shoot the left hand side get melted, then the right hand side will get melted, and then both sides except the line in the middle will get melted. So you can mark the middle line if you like. I've done it with a little red, little yellow tile. And you just move out the way of it while you're hitting him. Simple. Don't overcomplicate it at the start. Right, left, middle, right, left, middle. Nice and easy. If you had a smelling salt at this point, you should have put it on for the room before, but if not, definitely put it on now. But we're going to do it without him just to show you that it's definitely doable. When you get so much damage done, he's going to fling his arms up in the air, smash them down, and he's going to chuck out a bunch of red skulls. And I'll show you what that looks like shortly. But for now, right, left, middle, right, left, middle. not getting very lucky with ruby bolts, but the ruby bolts are massive here because you'll smash the odd 100. And if you get lucky, you can hit a lot of hundreds, which is a lot of damage. It is slower because I've got a rune crossbow, but I'm dead keen to show you that you can do this with budget gear. Yeah, you can have people coming with T-bows and shadows, and Jesus Christ, this raid's easy if you've got all the gear, but with this, it is easy, just takes a bit longer. Now, when the balls come out, immediately what you do want to do is put a melee weapon on, because you gain like ultimate speed basically. Ready? And you just click, 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 click. Bosh, 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 bosh. All mechanics and physics go out the window. Click them and kill them. Make sure they're all gone. As soon as you hear a whip or a hit, click the next one, and you want to get rid of them all really quick. So if you don't get rid of them in time, it'll do loads and loads of damage to you. But you do have plenty of time on 150 invocations, so not a big deal. There's a ruby bolt spec, decent, 100 damage. Again, right, left, middle, right, left, middle. Nothing special. Nice and easy. This room, this final fight here, is easier than the room we were just in, the first Warden. Much, much easier. There's loads less to think about. The only issue you'll ever have here is the last sort of 20 seconds. But before then, whip on, hit, 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 hit. Nice and easy. Now you can see the crocodile's out on the left-hand side. So while you're doing right, left, middle now, you also need to be praying correctly against the crocodile. Zebak is exactly the same as when you were in the fight. Rocky's range, Red Ball is mage. It's not too much to think about, and when you get decent and you have your noise on, you can hear it, you don't even need to look. It also isn't something you even need to stare straight at. You can see it out of the corner of your eye. The red one, when it comes out, is really obvious. But these again, so hit, 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 hit. See, I messed that up because I clicked on it too quick. And you do have plenty of time. Let's pretend I did that on purpose to show you how much time we've got. Now we've gone through another phase. Baba's out as well. Literally, don't even think about Baba, because as you're doing your right, left, middle, you're going to be naturally moving out the way of his stuff, and you genuinely don't need to think about it at all. Completely ignore him. Still pray right against Zebak and do your right, left, middle. That's it. Nice, like I say, easy room this. Right, left, middle, pray correctly against Zebak. I didn't hit very much there with my ruby bolts, so I put my diamond bolts on. He's pro range because he's just swapped to the whoosh sound, which is the range attack. That's the range attack. Right, let's put a melee weapon on. There's getting more here. There we go, nice and easy. Some of the patterns are alright. What you want to try and sort of do with that is get yourself in the middle of them, and then it's easier to work your way around them. When you start having to run around one of them that you just hit, it gets a bit tricky. But again, right, left, middle, and get your prayers right. And like you're sitting there, you'll naturally move out the way of those boulders that Baba's throwing, so don't think about Baba. And when Tumakun's Warden, the thing we're shooting now, gets down to a low HP, he's going to go into his crazy phase at the end. I'm not sure what it's called. He goes absolutely mental, and you start losing floor tiles from the near edge of the screen towards him. Like this, gains a bit of health and goes absolutely mental. And you can see that the floor tiles start moving. If you want, you can just stay back with your crossbow or whatever your ranged weapon is, start attacking him and dodge the floor stuff. Don't worry too much, but do try and get the DPS in. I like to melee because I don't have to worry about my DPS being good then. Rune crossbow sucks a bit, and all you have to do is click out of the way when you see the shadows pop up, click on a tile that there isn't a shadow, click on him. On this, I barely even use my brews. I will do to show you that you can. Swap prayers when you need to. But ideally, it's a lot of clicking if you're going to use brews. And if you've got a couple of ambrosias, they've got 2 doses in each, and you're effectively filling yourself above max health with the click of the ambrosia. You can wait till you get down to sort of 40, and that's safe. Like, you could go as low as 20, but then if you've got stacked out the floor tile and a boulder and a wrong prey. So I go down to about 40, and then I'll just click on my ambrosia. I'll do it now early just to show you, and it just heals you like crazy. You can't get out DPS'd if you're using your ambrosias. As you can see, we're running out of floor tiles. When you do end up on that last tile, the last row, I've never run out. I don't know if it will ever fall, but it certainly takes a long time. As you'll see now, so I'm going to probably swap to Mage Prey. Don't worry too much about dodging everything because it's hard, so you can just stand still here, hover over your ambrosia, keep hitting him, and you get down to 40-50 HP, click your ambrosia, keep clicking him, and you've just done your first TOA run. Not that difficult. Only actually hard room is the room before this one. Let's see if we can get a purple, just for the video, but you click on that teleport crystal, takes you in, and it's suspenseful and tradition. If you zoom right in, use your minimap to walk up, and then last second you'll see if you get purple or not, but we probably won't get one because we've got as you can see in the bottom, the TOA points plugins tell me I've got less than a 2% chance, or 1 in 50. Yeah, white box, so not a purple this time, but not a big deal. You can see if you don't get a purple, you open the chest on the side, it's got a key spinning on it, and that's actually the worst chest I've ever had. But usually the loot here is unbelievable for Iron Men. Loads of seeds, loads of gems. You can get your upgraded rune pouch, which is why I can now hold 4 runes in mine. You can get your gems for your Keris, which are awesome. And outside of that, a cache of runes usually drops a few 100k's worth of runes. And then you've obviously got your rares, which are ridiculous for Iron Men, and really good value for money if you're not an Iron Man. So yeah, I hope this video helped, guys. Comment down below if you want to see anything else like this, and I'll see you next time.